Okay, today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Koolance VID-NX480. It is Koolance's version of the Waterblock that goes on the Nvidia GTX480 GPUs. The box comes in a complete black cardboard. Of course, you got your serial number, UPC code. So basically, it's pretty plain. And you know what? I like that. Now I got my gloves on today, so when I do pull this block out, anytime you're dealing with a block, you don't want to really touch the water block surface because the oils from your skin can tarnish the contact points. So I'm going to open up the box here. Hopefully I can get it open with these gloves. Okay, get the box out of the way. You got a cardboard top, and you have a Ziploc bag, and the Ziploc bag looks like it has some instructions. Let me go ahead into this if I can get in it. Okay, you have instructions for the Nvidia card. It tells you where to stick all the thermal pads. One thing I like that Koolance does is they give you two types of thermal pads. There's a thin thermal pad which has plastic on both sides. See, it's gray, it's thin. And then they also give you some more thermal pad which is thicker. This only has plastic on one side. Now, one thing that does is if you do happen to make a bad cut, you have extra thermal pads. Or if you notice the contact isn't exactly right for whatever reason, you have some thicker pads or some thinner pads. I always use the thin pads, and I always end up having a lot of thermal pads left over so I can use it for other cards. You also get a Ziploc bag of 10 screws and little plastic washers. The plastic washers is so you can safely put the screw against the PCB of the card and not cause a short or anything. So now let's go ahead. Well, one more thing. You got the Koolance thermal interface material. There you go. And I'm actually going to use the thermal interface material because Koolance recommends you spread it over the entire GPU, and this has a good viscosity for that. I used to use Arctic Silver 5 for everything, but I think I'm going to go with the Koolance thermal interface material this time. And plus, I got 4 of these things, and I'll just use what comes with it. Okay, let's go ahead and pull out the block. And there it is. There's the block, very shiny. You know, you can see my camera. A lot of people, or at least I've had comments that Koolance products have a lot of problems or imperfections, and I have not seen that. And so we'll look at this block, see if we can find any imperfections. Okay, the first thing that fell out is it's an LED strip. It actually comes with 2 LEDs that plugs up to, after you take the stock heatsink off, it'll plug into your fan port, and I will show you that here in a second. Let's pull the block out. Okay, let's look at the front first. Okay, the front is very shiny. One thing I'll take your attention to is right here. It's a see-through acrylic plate, and it says GTX480 on there. It looks very nice. At the top you have your 2 G1/4 connections, and in the middle here, that's a more acrylic that's supposedly supposed to light up. And if you look on the corner, I don't know if you can see it there. Yeah, there you can. See where it says Koolance? Look at all the imperfections in that. I'm being sarcastic, of course, because some people, for whatever reason, don't like Koolance products. Okay, so here we go. Turn it over to the back. Here's your contact service for the GPU, and here are all your contact patches for memory, VRMs, and so it's a total water block solution. I noticed the EVGA FTW that comes automatically with a water block on it. It is not a full card solution. It just water cools the GPU and uses a series of heat pipes for the memory and stuff. And I don't prefer that. Now here is the little LED lights that go with it. You get two LEDs right there, and then the connector. So over here, you know, where you saw the GTX480 logo, what you do is the two LEDs go in there, and this will actually plug into the card, and it will light up. And it's supposedly supposed to light up the GTX480 logo, and it'll light up this patch here. So looking at this water block, I don't see any imperfections. It's heavy. It has a coating of nickel on it, so it avoids getting tarnished. And that is the end of the review of the water block. One thing I will say that I didn't appreciate, Koolance, is even though you get the instructions in there that tell you where to stick everything, it doesn't tell you how to pull apart the card. I had to go to their website. If you go to their website, I was able to find the card. It tells you where all the screws are at. And I'm going to do a water block placement on one of my cards and go ahead and videotape that. So here is, I have one already done. Here is the completed look of a GTX480 with the Koolance VID-NX480 on it. I mean, it looks awesome to me. And I'm going to post I actually put it in my system and did a test on how the LEDs light up, and so you will see that here at the end of my video. You'll be a picture of it lit up in my system, which is just pretty much a motherboard on my disk. Okay, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully this helped people that were wondering about it, because I have not seen another review on YouTube. So enjoy and please subscribe.